Yo, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? Pokemon Super Bowl advert dropped earlier today, probably like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, and personally I do think it is a Pokemon Go advert just for two reasons. One, it's got a merge of obviously real life and the same CG from the Pokemon Go advert we've seen earlier, plus it's got Gyarados and Charizard in, which we've already seen in the first trailer, and interestingly enough they show Mega Lucario, which is cool because in the original Pokemon Go trailer we only saw the first 151 Pokemon, so hopefully this is going to show that there are going to be every single Pokemon in the game, you know, because obviously Mega Lucario is 6th generation, and hopefully we're just going to have every Pokemon up to 6th generation. Now the second reason why I think this is a Pokemon Go advert is because the trailer cuts off randomly at the end. It just literally stops, the music's going and it cuts. If you don't believe me, check it out, the link will be in the description, go to the end and watch it. And basically what people have been theorising is that in Super Bowl adverts they're normally about 90 seconds long, and this is 20 seconds off like a 90-second limit. And we'll see the full trailer, or the trailer itself, in February the 7th, which is when the Super Bowl is happening. And then we'll see whether it is an advert for Pokemon Go or it is just Pokemon 20th anniversary. But I definitely think it's going to be Pokemon Go. But anyway, let's jump in to all the Easter eggs and references in this trailer. There are some insane ones, and one that I definitely think no one has been discussing in the comments. So first of all, we get to see a Pokeball on the side of the building in the kind of favela town. I'm not sure whether this is in Brazil, somewhere like that. But you can see a Pokeball on the left hand side. It's a very sneaky reference. So, I mean, obviously it's just a Pokeball, it's to show it's Pokemon, but a lot of people missed that one. It's pretty cool, that one. But this is one coming up that I feel like a lot of people have missed. So when a kid is running, he runs by a truck. Now obviously, being a Pokemon fan, first thing I associated this truck with was Mew. Now I analysed this truck like heavily to see if there's any link to Mew, and there actually is. So on the end of the truck there is a date which reads 4/15/1996. Now this date might not mean anything to you guys. Basically what it is the 15th of April 1996. What's interesting, Game Freak on this day released Mew to 151 winners of their competition. These were the first Mews given out. That is a clear reference to obviously the one, Mew being under the truck, which a lot of people thought was true back in the day in Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow. They thought Mew was going to be under a truck, and that's the way to find it. And obviously there's a date which symbolises Mew was released on, which is, it's just crazy, guys. That reference like blew my mind, and I don't think anyone else was talking about it. So yeah, but anyway, moving on, we can see a poster under the TV that says Learn to Surf HMO3. Now HMO3 is the HM for surf. We just get to see a little surfboard on the poster. It's just literally, you know, a poster saying Learn to Surf, and then they just added on HMO3 because it's surf obviously. So I thought that was kind of cool. Also, the bottom right of the TV actually says Kanto. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. That was pretty cool. And the tiny text, now, it's really hard to read, but it looks like it says block on Route 12. Now, what's special about Route 12, this is the first place we encounter Snorlax in Red, Blue and Yellow. So that's pretty cool. Definitely a really cool Easter egg. That was really difficult to see that one. And yeah, I saw a few people talking about that in the comments, so shout out to them, whoever did mention it, because I didn't really see that one. That's so difficult to see. But anyway, next one is kind of obvious, but I did miss this the first time actually. It's Nidoking chess piece. Really cool, and don't know if Nidoqueen's there. We didn't really get to see, but that's definitely Nidoking. Also, moving on, it is a Super Bowl advert. There's going to be American football, and the main guy, I guess, in the kind of dressing room is wearing a number 20 shirt, which is obviously symbolising Pokemon's 20th anniversary. Now I know that one is pretty obvious, but there are some really cool Easter eggs inside this dressing room. So first of all, on the football players' helmets there's Blaine's gym badge, which is probably just the team's logo. I'm not sure what the badge was actually called, but it was something like either the fire badge or the volcano badge, something like that. But they're using that as a team logo. You can see a clearer shot here. Personally, I thought that one was really cool because I'm a big fan of the first generation gym badges. I just really like the look of him, so I was glad to see that one. And we also get to see another reference when the two football players kind of line up next to each other and their jerseys read out 1996. Now this date is actually the year Pokemon was released in Japan. Pokemon Red and Blue, I think, and Green. I think that was only Japan exclusive, but again, really cool reference. I really like that one. And probably the most obvious Easter egg in this dressing room is the sign that says "Like no one ever was." So if you guys don't know this one, this is actually a line from the Pokemon theme song, which is basically, I want to be the very best like no one ever was. So I again thought that one was really cool. Basically all the references are cool. Now we're going to move on to our final three references. They're all in this same shop. First of all, there's a Moo Moo Milk sign at the bottom left, and that's actually from Gold and Silver. That's when it first debuted. So again, it's nice to see something that isn't first generation, because again, I do feel like this is definitely a Pokemon Go trailer, and we do get to see Mega Lucario at the end, like I said, so it seems like they're finally branching out into other generations, which is really cool. Next up is the Game Arcade sign, which is towards the right hand side. If you guys don't know, the earlier Pokemon games, I think up to Ruby and Sapphire, had a game arcade, which is basically like a casino. You could just gamble, which I think they just took them out because it was kind of advised not to include them in kids games anymore, which I don't know, I enjoyed them and it didn't promote gambling for me, but whatever. And the final one is the rare candy sign, which is just basically towards the middle of the shot. There's a candy shaped sign obviously, and I'm just assuming that's a rare candy. Like, what else could it be? Like, it just has to be. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I've got two questions for you guys. First of all, do you think this is a Pokemon Go trailer? I definitely do. There's too many similarities with, you know, you've got Charizard, you've got Gyarados, you know, the same Pokemon you saw in the first trailer, and it just feels like that blend of CGI is definitely the same CGI we saw in the first trailer, and a blend of real life footage. So I definitely think it's Pokemon Go. And like I said, the ending is cut off, so definitely check that out. And also, the second question for you guys, what is your favourite reference? Definitely mine is the Mew one. It's just crazy, and that is really difficult to see. Like, I don't think many people saw it, and that's why I really like it, because it's just such an awesome one. They really sneakily added that in. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like. Now, if you're hyped for Pokemon Go or anything Pokemon related, make sure you stay tuned to this channel and click the subscribe button. I've got plenty of Pokemon Go videos planned for this week, including one that's coming out tomorrow that is on the left hand side but is technically not out yet, and this is actually leaked music from Pokemon Go. It's only a really small snippet, but it's created by Junichi Masuda, who basically does all the main Pokemon games music, so hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. If you haven't seen my previous video, that'll be on the right hand side, guys. That is new information about Pokemon Go, which confirms there's going to be gyms and teams in it, so definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. It's pretty epic. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace!